All right, welcome back, Bears fans. Bear down. And yes, we're doing quarterback real talk version 3 because there's more stuff that I want to show you. And until this freaking thing is put to rest and Justin Fields and Caleb Williams are on separate teams, Fields on the Bears, Williams on the Commanders, which is going to happen, we're going to keep talking about it because there is senseless discussion about Caleb Williams replacing Justin Fields when he's a JV version of the better player. Justin Fields has been better his entire career than Caleb Williams. It doesn't matter if Caleb Williams won the Heisman. The 2022 through 2025 class is significantly weaker than the 2019, 2020, 2021 classes. It's just the way it is. So I've already done a couple of videos where I did comparisons and analysis. This is from Draft Buzz. This is comparing Justin Fields to Caleb Williams when they were in college. I'm going to fly through it quick. I'll put the link in the bio or in the description of the video. Here's the two of them head-to-head, side-by-side, showing their metrics according to Draft Buzz. And then here was the comparison of them side-by-side with all their statistics from college. You guys can pause that if you want to. We're not going to stop on that because we want to show you new stuff today. Again, going to put the link to the old video in the description. All right, so here's what I showed this morning. This is from the new metric created quarterback adjusted completion percentage impact grade. These are the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL last year with a combination of all their adjusted completion percentage, which shows how the quarterback does when you take out their drop balls, their throwaways, and the things that don't show an accurate reflection of how accurate they are as a quarterback. And so here they are. The final passer completion grade is on the far right. How they do in the overall adjusted completion percentage, their deep ball throwing, so 20 yards and farther, their clean pocket throwing, and their dirty pocket throwing. Justin Fields, number 6 in the NFL, despite having a 26th ranked line on their pass blocking efficiency. All right, so how does this compare with our real talk between JV version of Justin Fields and the actual Justin Fields? Well, here's their stats from college. That's the only way you can compare them at this point because Caleb Williams hasn't played in the NFL, and it's statistically proven that every single quarterback in the history of the NFL has regressed when they come to the NFL because you're playing superior opponents. You're not playing college players anymore. There's an adjustment period that happens when you come to the NFL. So despite what anybody thinks that Caleb Williams is God and that he's going to walk on water when he walks into the NFL, the reality is he's going to have a little bit of an adjustment period, and he's going to have a hard reckoning when it comes to facing all these superior talent defensive lines and all these superior talent cornerbacks, because that's the hardest thing to gauge is how those cornerbacks affect the National Football League and how they translate to the NFL. He's going to have a rude awakening. But here we are. Justin Fields 2020 compared to Caleb Williams 2023. Adjusted completion percentage significantly better. The year prior, where Justin Fields had his, we'll do in quotes, best year because it was a full season and he was considered for the Heisman in 2020. So it's not even, like he wasn't having a great 2020, but 2019 is the best thing you can compare to Caleb Williams' Heisman year of 2022 because it was the full season. Still had a better year. Deep balls, look at that 2020. Justin Fields improving as he's getting ready to come into the NFL. Clean pocket, 94.4% adjusted completion percentage. What's going on, all you Caleb Williams lovers and Justin Fields haters? Look, guys, I don't hate Caleb Williams. I don't hate him at all. I think he could have a fine NFL career. But when the narrative keeps getting shoved down our throat that Caleb Williams is going to replace Justin Fields and be better than him, when everything, including college, shows that he is not even holding the jockstrap of Justin Fields, this drives me nuts. You guys are wanting to replace Justin Fields with a JV version of himself. Someone who's a couple inches shorter, who's slower, who doesn't throw as well. Caleb Williams didn't do anything special from a dirty pocket, from a clean pocket, from deep throwing in college. He didn't do anything special. He's a good quarterback. He's not as good as Justin Fields. All right, I get on my rant, I get going, and guys, I just have to show you this stuff because you're wanting something that regresses the Bears to do the same old Bears, to replace a quarterback as they're starting to get experience in the NFL and blame it on that quarterback when the factors don't show it was that quarterback's fault. All right, so we've shown this over and over and over again. I've shown it for months now. I came up with this, And it's been shown in different places, but I've shown it that every year he's improved. That's what Matt Eberflus, as we were nearing the end of last season, what they said they wanted to see out of him. 4 weeks to go in the season. Do you recall that? Matt Eberflus was asked in several press conferences, what do you want to see out of Justin Fields as we get to the end of the season to make that determination? Man, it was harped on before the season even ended. The media was all over it. They've been making a narrative out of this before a narrative was even there to be formed. This was already established when we traded that first pick from Carolina, and we had 2 first-round picks this year. People were already talking about it last year that we had 2 picks that we could go up and we can get Caleb Williams and get rid of Justin Fields. This has already been established long before now, and you wonder why the media has pounced on it and ran with stories that give them clickbait? It gives them clicks. That's why they're doing it. It's not because Caleb Williams is the better quarterback. Justin Fields has improved every year. All right, so let's look at these new metrics that I just showed you. Quarterback adjusted completion percentage impact grade. Here we go. 2021, overall adjusted completion percentage, 66.9. Now, adjusted completion percentage, 66.9. 71.7 in 2022, and 74.4 in 2023. The rounding error on the bottom was from a long time ago. I didn't round it properly. It is 74.4%. And you can see they're flipped. They're different directions. So don't look at these two the same way. I wanted to show 2023 doing better going up on the new graphic. All right, deep ball percentage. Well, man, this one just seems to make more sense. 2022, he didn't have anybody to throw to. He had Cole Kmet, and those weren't necessarily deep balls, were they? 2021, Mooney had a better year, and then he's regressed every year since then. He's basically gone by the woodside. But look at that. What happens when he gets an actual wide receiver 1? Can you imagine when he gets wide receiver 2 and 3 to go along with it? Ooh-wee. All right, so let's look at, that's huge. Look at that. His deep ball, 53.8% adjusted completion percentage. And from the other graphic, look there. He's among the best in the National Football League. His adjusted completion percentage on deep balls 20 yards or farther is in the top 10. Now, these aren't ranked in order of that. They're ranked in order of the entire passer completion grade overall, but he is among the top 10. All right, so for McLean Pocket, 70.9, 76.6 last year, 77.8. Man, it looks like he's getting better every year. And then this last year when he had the worst dirty pockets of anybody in the National Football League, before he had a chance to even get set, before the 2.5 seconds were up, he was pressured on half. Nobody else was even close to that. The league average was 35% of plays. He was pressured on half of them. And 67.9% adjusted completion percentage, up from 57.7 his rookie year, 58.4% last year. That is significant improvement. We want to see improvement out of him. What does this look like? What is this? Is that improvement or regression? It's improvement to me. Can you guys imagine? This is very realistic that this could be the Bears wide receiving core next year. Cole Kmet and Cade Stover at tight ends. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Xavier Legette in the slot. Can you freaking imagine this? This is real. This can happen. And with the trade downs, we can have Jackson Powers-Johnson. We can have a quality depth at guard position. We can even side Lloyd Cushenberry if that's the direction we want to go. We have the ability to stack this offense this year, but it only happens by trading out of that number 1 pick. This is real. This can happen. It doesn't happen by replacing your varsity stud, guy who's improving every single year, with a JV version of himself who's shorter, who's smaller, who's slower, and who doesn't get out of clean pockets or out of dirty pockets. He doesn't do as well as Justin Fields. There's things you can say he does. He flicks his wrist and he gets it out quick and he does A, B, C. He hasn't played in the National Football League. He hasn't taken a snap in the National Football League. Meanwhile, Justin Fields has improved every freaking year he's been in the National Football League. So happy birthday, Justin Fields. You deserve to come back to the Bears. You're going to come back to the Bears, and we're going to bear the freak down with you as we move to the playoffs with this type of scenario. This is exactly what we need. That's some real talk when it comes to the quarterback position, because I don't want Caleb Williams, not because I don't like him, not because he's not going to be good. I don't have any clue how he's going to be. But I know that guy right there is a freaking stallion who's improving every year. So bear the freak down.